Well, hello students, welcome to Knowledge Academy. Today, in this very important session of educational technology, we shall discuss about the meaning, definitions and characteristics of educational technology. But before starting the session of educational technology, I would like to say that please like, subscribe and share channel for new updates. It will be beneficial for you for the sake of knowledge, because knowledge is power, knowledge is virtue and knowledge is strength, and ideas of knowledge rules all over the world. Now, let us talk about the meaning of educational technology. Educational technology can be conceived as a science of techniques and methods by which educational goals can be realized. It is not primarily conceived with the task of prescribing the goals, although it helps in specifying the goals and translating them into behavioral terms. It is not one particular method of achieving educational goals like that of Montessori or strategy of developing self-instructional material propounded by B.F. Skinner. It is, on the other hand, a science on the basis of which various strategies and tactics could be designed for the realization of specified goals of education. The desirability of certain performance may be prescribed by social, political experts, philosophers, legislators, and on the other hand of the society who take comprehensive view of nation and society in prescribing the goals for education. The educational technology comes to see whether a process or situation the specified goals could be achieved, and if so, to what extent, and if not, what changes are to be made in this process. In this regard, specific steps are essential for educational technology. The first step is to make a functional analysis of the teaching learning process to identify the various components that operate from the stage of input to that of output. The second step is to observe the effect of manipulating the various components. The third step is to observe the effect of manipulating the various components and their functions in the field. The final steps is to translate all these research findings into some kind of guidelines for the practitioners. If we talk about the second meaning of educational technology, the second meaning of educational technology is to the mechanization of educational process. The mechanization is being done in all the three phases of human knowledge very rapidly: preservation of knowledge, transmission of knowledge, and advancement of knowledge. The first phase of human knowledge is to preserve it. Prior to printing machine, most of the knowledge was memorized orally and transmitted by teachers to their students. But now, the knowledge is being preserved in books by the use of printing machines. An effective teacher can be preserved today. The second phase and step is also very essential and specific. The second phase of human knowledge is to transmit the knowledge of a new generation. A limited number of students can be benefited by the classroom teaching, but a large number of students sitting at far distant places can be taught with the help of radio and television. In this way, educational technology has reserved the process of teaching. Nowadays, internet is playing a specific role in this context, hence it is very essential. The third phase of human knowledge is to advance the knowledge. The function of research process is to advance new knowledge. The scientific concepts are based on the collection and analysis of data. The computer services are employed the analysis of data. The computer and electronic machines yield more dependable results. Thus, the educational process is being mechanized, and this aspect of educational technology refers to hardware approach. Now, let us talk about the third meaning of educational technology. It is the basic educational application dealing with the analysis of instructional problems, the selection or construction of measuring instrument, the selection of appropriate techniques to produce the desired outcomes. Educational technology can be understood as a meaning a development of set of systematic techniques and accompanying practical knowledge for designing, testing and operating schools as an educational system. Now let us talk about the basic assumptions of educational technologies. Human being is viewed as a communicating biological system. Human behavior is observable and modifiable. The newer media of communication is considered as a panacea to educational problems. Teaching is considered as an arts as well as a science. The effective teachers can be produced through training institutions. Teaching theories can be developed to understand the nature of teaching. The communication media can be facilitating learner. Media can facilitate learner. Hence, educational technology plays a significant role for teaching learning. Now let us focus. Now let us focus about the meaning and definitions of educational technology. So we have already described about the meaning of educational technology. So the next step about the definitions of educational technology. Educational technology is the systematic application of scientific knowledge is teaching, learning, and conditions of learning to improve the efficiency of teaching and training. Educational technology includes systematic study of teaching, objectives, knowledge of teaching, structure of teaching into the components. The behavior sciences do not still permit to take all these features in the knowledge of teaching with full satisfaction. According to B.C. Mathis, educational technology refers to the development a set of systematic methods, practical knowledge for designing, operating, and testing in schools. Robert A. Cox remarks in this context, educational technology is the application of scientific process to man's learning conditions. So what has come recently to be called educational of instructional technology. In this definition, Cox has given major stress on the application of learning conditions for the child development. Now, let us talk about the characteristics of educational technology. So, characteristics of educational technology involves input, output, and process aspect of education. It stresses upon the development methods and techniques for effective learning. It is an application of scientific knowledge to education and training. It includes the organization of learning conditions for realizing goals of outcome. It emphasizes designing and measuring instrument for testing learning outcomes. It facilitates learning by control of environment, media, and methods. On the basis of foregoing meaning and definitions, the term may be defined as educational technology implies a behavioral science approach to teaching and learning in that it makes use of pertinent scientific and technological methods and concept of developed in psychology, sociology, communication, linguistic, and other related fields. It also attempts in incorporate management principles. It involves methods, media, equipments, and resources. That's all for today. I hope it was sufficient specific subject matter for explaining this topic. That's all for today. Please take care of yourself. Thank you.